Yes, welcome to my basement gym. We're going to do stretch and relax today. So for our stretch and relax class today, I'm going to use predominantly a chair, and we'll also maybe use the strap a little bit later on. Sometimes I come in with a strict plan, sometimes I come with a rough idea, and I just kind of go with it. My rough idea is we're going to start with a chair. We may end at the floor with our straps. So have straps handy. If you don't have a strap, again, you can grab a towel, maybe a belt. That can work just fine as well. As far as what chair I would get, just make sure it's not on rollers. Kitchen chair works just great. I have a simple ladder back chair here. Just something simple, straightforward. We're going to use it as a seated prop. We'll also be using it standing, and also be doing some upper body work, just having our hands on the seat for support. So it's a different way to approach stretching. It can be a little bit more joint friendly for getting up and down off the floor, but I'm also going to throw in some pretty tricky stretches in there if you are a bit more flexible in your hip flexors and you want a bit more of an oomph. So there will be some challenges in there for you. So let's go ahead and start standing. So hopefully we've got our comfy clothes on. Maybe we have some soft music playing in the background. Just quieting our mind, and we're going to work on pushing out all those external thoughts, kind of get that relaxation part ingrained in us. So feet comfortable distance apart. If you'd like, you can put your big toes together, the outside edges of your feet parallel to one another, or just stand comfy for you. And let's just work on finding our balance, okay? Letting our body weight shift forward and then shifting back. I'm not picking up my feet, it's just shifting my body weight a little heavier into the ball of my foot and then a little bit more into the heel. So just try that, just a little bit forward, back. And I want us to settle and hold with our weight a little bit more in our back heel than in our ball of each foot, okay? Think like 60-40. So we want ourselves to be a little bit more grounded within our heel. And then shifting our weight heavier into one leg and then heavier into the other leg. We want to find that center plumb line, because we get so used. Sometimes we stand like this all day, weight on one leg, the other leg cocked out. And we want to find that center of balance where we're in our heels and are right down the middle. So slowly start to quiet that body weight shift, finding ourselves in a comfortable position where our weight is a little bit more in our heels, and we feel that weight kind of being centered right down our midline. Now, let's lift the arches of our feet up. Let's take our shin bones, our thigh bones, and rotate those forward ever so slightly, taking our tailbone and tucking it down, having it point more to the ground than actually behind us. That lengthens our lower back, takes our lower back from this position. See how my weight is forward, my weight is back, my tailbone is tucked under. That takes my shoulders back, lifting our shoulder, or lifting our sternum up towards our nose and rotating our shoulders back and down. It's a subtle shift in our balance and how we stack our vertebrae, giving our low back a break and our neck a break from having that excessive curve within our low back, from not bracing within our abs and tucking that tailbone under, and also from the rounded shoulders, allowing our neck to come forward. So sternum's up, shoulders back. Good. It may feel awkward. It gets feeling better the more you do it. It takes practice. For me, when I first come into it, it's like, ooh, that feels weird. But then after I settle into it, just take a few breaths, it feels good. It feels more comfortable. It gives the muscles that are working too hard a break, makes the ones that are just kind of been relaxed and chilling, makes them active, makes them wake up, gives our spine the well-needed break. So once we find that center balance, if you'd like, close your eyes. You don't have to though, but if you'd like, close your eyes. focusing on our breathing. We want to inhale fully through our nose and exhale fully through our nose. Feeling our belly raise and expand. From the sides, front and back. Exhale. Try not to make the breathing all up here or our sternum raises. Make it like we are a balloon in our belly. We're expanding front, back, side to side. Low in our belly, deep belly breathing. As we exhale, just push out all those external thoughts. Let go of the stress. Maybe this is the end of your day, and when we exhale, just visualize the stress from work, stress from family, home, all that, good or bad. Releasing it. Maybe it's the morning and you're dreading the day. Maybe there's a big meeting at work or something. Exhale, release that. This is our time right now. We want to take care of ourselves. Focus on unwinding, relaxing, calming the brain, slowing the heart rate, controlling our breath. Let yourself smile. No one else is around. No one's going to see. It sounds silly. But sometimes just smiling to ourselves can be an uplifting thing. Puts a little spark in you. Makes you feel a little bit better. I'm going to open my eyes. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Good. Let's do a slight little hip hinge. Sweep across the tops of our thighs. Scoop up, lift up. Open the chest up to the ceiling. And forward fold, hinging at our hip joints. Allow the hands to come to the top of our shins. And now rounding up one vertebrae at a time and lifting our head last. Let's do that again. Hands at heart center. Hinge, sweep across, sweep, lift up, scoop. Up to the ceiling. And forward fold. Exhale. Rounding up one vertebrae at a time and lifting our head last. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, round on and up. And exhale as we lift our chin last. Good. Let's take the shoulders straight up to our ears and down. Just lift them straight up and down. Good. Let's do 4 more. There's 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. I know it's goofy. We've done this before, but I do love it as far as getting our shoulder mobility up. Put a fingertip on our shoulder, fingertip on our shoulder, and then take your elbows, scoop your elbows forward just a little bit, just so you're not rounded like this. We want to keep the elbow slightly in front of the shoulder and just flap it up and down. Just call these little penguin flops. Kind of flapping our little penguin arms. This is just for time. I'm going to do about 10 more seconds. Here's 9, 8, 7. Feel the warmth build within our shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hopefully right back there in our shoulder blades. We feel a lot more heat, we feel some warmth. It's because we did movement to bring blood into that area. One more time, forward fold, hip hinge down. This time, let's not round up. Let's lift all the way up. Hands come to heart center and sitting into chair pose. Weight is in our heels. And lift up, forward fold. Reversing that forward fold and coming into chair pose. Lift and forward fold. And into chair. 2 more times. Lift and fold. Lift to chair. One last time. Lift, hinging at the hip joint. Push through the floor to lift up into chair pose. And release. The arms float down. Hopefully we feel good and warm. We're going to grab our chair and we'll start seated. So have a seat on your chair. I'm very short-legged, so sitting square in my chair doesn't quite work for me. So I do kind of scoot out on the end. So if you are vertically challenged like me, maybe you have a chair that fits you perfectly. But if you aren't, scoot your legs forward or scoot your tushy forward. That way you got your feet flat on the floor, okay? So from here, let's just take the feet a little bit wider. We're gonna inhale, lifting our left arm up and reaching towards the right, pressing our right leg through the floor. We don't want to let the hips tip. We want to keep both hips rested. Good. Inhale. And exhale, changing sides, pushing through our left foot as we reach up and over. Let the left hand reach the floor. Let the right arm reaching in the opposite directions as we switch sides. Inhale. And exhale. Hands reaching in opposite directions. Right foot presses through the floor so we don't flop over. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Last switch. Pushing our left foot through the floor. Good. Inhale. Arms come to a letter T. And exhale. Release all the way down. Good. Let's take our right leg, crossing our right leg over our left, comfortable at the ankle, or crossing at our ankles instead of ankle up onto the knee. No right, no wrong, just different. Seated twist as we gently rotate towards the right, breathing into the tension. Just a nice squeeze and release as we come to the other side. Let the breath go to the tension, pretending like our spine is like a spiral staircase. Bring it out. One more time to the right. Breathe. Again, you can have your foot on your knee. You can have your ankles crossed. You can bring the foot up a little bit higher. And changing sides one last time. Just a squeeze. Wring out that towel. And release. Let's change sides. Foot is flexed to help protect the knee. Let's just do a twist to our left. Thinking of the spine like a spiral staircase. And rotate other side. And rotate one more time. Back to our right side, or left side, excuse me. And rotate. let's keep this foot here since it's already here. So we do a little stretching for the hip. Now, you can see my knee is generously higher than my heel. I don't have a lot of hip mobility, so this is my foundation. If you can, if that foot or that shin is perfectly parallel with the floor, you're looking for a little bit more of a stretch, feel free to take this foot, cradle in your elbow. I'll pretend like I'm doing that. And you cradle this knee in your other elbow, sitting up nice and tall. Again, this is me. This is where I'm at, and I'm going to embrace that. So find where you are at and embrace that. So if you can cradle your foot and your elbow and your knee, sitting up nice and tall, just gently rock it side to side. Breathe. If you're kind of in between, you can elevate your heel, and that's going to bring your shin up a little bit closer towards your shoulder, increasing the tension. You can do sort of a hybrid where you just support with your foot, nice and tall. Let the breath go to the tension within our hip. Good. Let's release. Sitting up nice and tall. We're all here together. Gentle pressure on that knee. Now let's change sides. So we'll come to the other side. And again, if this is enough for you, you feel that gentle blossom of tension that you can breathe through, but you can just feel it, this is perfectly fine. You can elevate your heel. And that's going to raise that heel a little closer towards our shoulder to increase that sensation. Or there's one option. The final option is taking the foot, cradle it in the elbow, the knee cradles in the elbow, sitting up tall. So many progressions that you can use. Just try not to pick one and then you find yourself hunched over like this trying to do it right. Remember, we want to sit up nice and tall. So if this is it, that's okay. Again, no right, no wrong. We're different and embrace it. So where are you at? Does that feel good? Let the breath go to the tension within your hip. And when we exhale, release that tension just a little bit more. Breathe. We're going to visit the stretch again later. Good. Let's all come back to here with just the ankle resting on the knee. You can give that knee just a little press down. A little rock. And let's release. Let's take the feet comfortably wide. Little forward fold from our chair. So inhale and exhale, hinging, just draping ourselves. Now push the feet through the floor. Don't let the feet be soft. The thigh muscles hug the bone as we are in our forward fold. Our feet press through the mat. Let the upper body just hang here. Just take 3 breaths. And just let the gravity pull on our spine, lengthening our spine. All 4 corners of our feet are engaged. We're pressing through the floor gently. Gentle activation to give support. But everything from our waist up is relaxed and just hanging here. Exhale, forward fold. And as we inhale, pressing our feet through the floor, just round up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. And do that one more time. Again, think about pushing your feet through the floor. Hug your thigh muscles to the bone. Let there be tension from our waist down to give support in the movement. Let everything from the waist up, just let gravity pull and lengthen you. So inhale, lift, and exhale, forward fold, releasing to the ground. Again, feet pressing through the floor.
Let the arms hang. If the arms touch, you can rest them in waterfall. So that way you deload more of that upper body and just allow the body to hang over. The legs are strong, the feet anchored into the floor to provide the support. Let the breath help you unwind. Let the spine relax, shoulders relax, and everything just drip towards the floor. Good. Exhale in our forward fold. Now inhale, let's press out one vertebrae at a time, rounding up.
Good. Let's go ahead and bring the feet in. And let's round forward, hollow out through the chest. Let the back of the hands touch and palms up and open, lifting our sternum up to the ceiling. Squeeze our shoulder blades together. And one more time, round forward, hollow out. And palms up and open. Good. Keeping our hands here, let's turn one palm down, one palm up. And we're just going to reach out with the palm up. Now flip them. And with the other palm up, just reach out, stretch the arm out, lengthen. Pretend like you've got someone, well, I'm the baby of 5. I'm just pretend like one sibling has one arm, the other sibling has the other. They're playing tug of war with me. The palm that's up, let's reach and extend out. Good. How far can we rotate the thumb back? And with the other one, how far can we rotate the thumb around to point down? Let's do 2 more. One last time. Good. Let's bring our chin towards our chest, allowing our hands to rest on the back of our head, not pulling with our hands, but just allowing gravity to gently pull the head closer towards our chin, or the chin closer towards our chest, excuse me. Think of the pivot point. Try not to make it the base of your neck. Think of around your ears. Let your ears be the big pivot point. Let's remove our hands and gently lift our chin. Good. Let's come off of our chairs. We're going to be doing some standing stretching. We'll keep with the upper body. I'm going to turn my chair to the side just so you can see what I'm doing. So again, we're going to work on that shoulder mobility and help increase the blood circulation there. And we're also going to work on our lower back. Okay, so not truly going into cat-cow. We're going to break them into 2 parts. Working on the upper body part, just have your hands rest on the chair. And I want us to think about pushing the chair away. And then we round through our shoulder blades. Now, keeping the elbows straight, we're just going to relax the chest and let it sink through our shoulders. As we do this, I want us to think about our arms. I want us to think about taking our arm bones and rotating them out. Okay? So as we sink, let your arm bones rotate outward. And then as we push and round, we let the arm bones rotate inward. Okay? It's a very small movement. So let's give that a try. All right, pressing away, and round through the upper body, and now keeping our elbows straight, let the chest sink through, and let those arms rotate. Good. Press away, they rotate out, and as we sink the chest, we let the elbows rotate in. Actually, I got it backwards. I'm rotating out. Oh, it's been a long day for me. I just want us to think about sinking the chest through and pushing it away. There we go. Now, staying here in neutral, we're going to work on the lower body. All I want us to do is take our tailbone and exaggerate, tucking the tailbone under, and now turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And tucking under, and turning up to the ceiling. Really think about exaggerating that tailbone turning up. And tuck under. And turn up to the ceiling. Scooping out through the low back. Tuck. One last time. Tuck. Good. And come back to neutral. Let's walk our feet in, supporting ourselves as we come up. And let's take the leg closest to the back, placing it up on the chair. Doesn't matter where you have it, just have it kind of centered on the chair. Make sure you feel like you have your balance. If you feel a little wobbly, feel free to grab a closet bar or take your chair, scoot it closer to a wall, so that way you may have your fingertip on the wall. If balance is a little bit of an issue for you, what I do stress is that you just don't take your foot and, like a tightrope, stack your foot right up against the other one. Have it out. Have this foot in line with your hip instead of this foot. That way you got a little bit wider stance. You're going to feel a lot more stable compared to lining things up on a tightrope, okay? So keeping that in mind, let's place our foot onto our chair, hinging at our hip joint, and just walk our fingers out. Soft knee, try not to lock it out. We don't want to put any undue stress on that knee. Foot is flexed, and I'm just reaching my sternum towards my big toe. Now gently push your heel into the chair for just 3 seconds. 2, 1, relax. And can we hinge just a little bit more? Again, I'm not rounding. I'm trying to make it a hinge at the hip joint, and I'm not putting my body weight here. My fingertips are just gently here. And then one more time. Gently push your heel into that chair. You feel just a little blossom of tension of the muscle in the back of the leg. And relax. And can we hinge just a little bit more? Find that magic spot where you just feel that blossom of tension. It feels good, but it doesn't constrict your breathing. You can still breathe, but it's a wonderful challenge. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Let's lift out. And then if you need to, you can put your foot down to turn your toe. But what I'm going to do is just lift and turn my toe towards the camera. Okay? So now we're opening up through our hip joint. Coming into a standing garden gait. Let's bring our right arm up. Let the left arm slide down our shin. Good. I'm not pushing onto the leg because, again, I don't want any undue stress on this knee. So this knee has a softness to it. I'm not hyperextending or locking it out. And open up the hips towards me. Breathe. You can have the hand on the inside of the shin and gently press to help rotate to open. And lift out. Good. One more time. And again, if you need to put your foot on the floor to turn your hip, that's okay. I'm just going to lift my heel and turn my foot. One more time. Hinge. Reach out. Pretend like you're going to dive into the pool now. Allow yourself to round over. Again, no weight here. I don't want to stress my knee. And slide on up. And then transitioning to front. Toe to the ceiling, still soft knee. A standing garden gate. Good. Open up more, pressing on the inside of our shin to open. Soft knee, foot flexed. And lift. Good. We're going to change sides. So let's take our chair and rotate. So, foot closest to the back of the room, up on the chair. Again, try and place your feet so it's like you're on 2 railroad ties instead of walking on a tightrope, or scoot your chair closer to the wall so you have something to touch for balance if you're feeling a little wobbly. So then again, hinging at that hip joint, inhaling, and exhale, hinging at the hip. We're not going to round over just yet. Lift that sternum up and reach towards that big toe. Let your hands rest on your shin gently, but not putting your body weight here. Again, remember, soft knee, foot flexed. Now let's take our heel. Gently push the heel into the chair. We're just going to activating those muscles on the back of our leg. Good. And relax. Can we hinge just a little bit more? And then one more time, gently pressing our heel into the chair. Breathe. And relax. Can we hinge just one more time, just a little bit? Ooh, right there. That's just a baby move for me, and oh, it feels wonderful. Inhale, and exhale, lifting. And then again, if you need to, feel free to take your foot off the chair to turn and open up. Garden gate, inhale. Exhale, breathe. Pressing on the shin, rotate the chest a little bit more towards me. Good, inhale. And exhale, lift out. Good. Again, if you need to take your foot down, go ahead, or just toe heel around. Inhale, forward fold, and exhale. Just let the fingertips slide down. Now this time, round over. Pretend like you're gonna dive into the pool past your toes. Inhale, and exhale, lifting out. And then again, you can put your foot down, or you can just lift the toes and pivot from the heel. Garden gate. Inhaling and exhale. Pushing on the inside of our shin. Rotate, open up the hips towards me. Inhale and exhale, release. Good. Let's take our foot off. So we're going to stretch out our quadriceps. Now, I'm going to give you a couple options. First option is here, and this is plenty. If you don't feel much of a stretch, we do have a progression where you can come all the way down, resting your knee on the ground. And this is a pretty intense stretch, so please, if you have any joint or knee issues, please don't try that. If it's something you're comfortable with, you've done it before, embrace it. But if you've had knee replacement, that's not an extreme flexion that I really want you to try, okay? So the leg closest towards me, let's start with just putting it up onto the chair. And again, we don't want to have it like right behind us like this. So we're walking on that tightrope again. Allow this foot to be out here on the chair. So that way we have some balance. Again, wall close by, closet bar to help you, whatever you need for balance, that's just perfectly fine. Let's just start by gently pushing the top of the foot into the chair. We feel that blossom of tension in the quadricep. Good. Relax. And now tuck the tailbone under just a little bit more. And one more time. Pushing the top of our foot into the chair. What we're doing is just kind of activating those muscles just a little bit, getting them to forget about stretching, but they're working. And then relax. Let the tension release. Now, again, this is an option. Feel free to stay here, or you can come down to the floor. I do this a lot, or you can use your block for support and just relax into the stretch. This is something that I do, it's called a couch stretch. If that's not comfortable for you, staying here and just holding the stretch is enough. I promise you. No right, no wrong, just different. What we want to do is really engage in tucking the tailbone under and allowing the knee to come behind the hip. Let the breath go to the tension within the hips. Breathe. Good. Now this is our working leg, right? Remember that. Let's take it off. We're going to take that same leg we just did, stepping onto the chair, and let the knee fall open. Good. Now if that's enough of a stretch for you, great. If not, walk yourself forward, coming into a forward fold. We're just stretching out that hip just one more time. Now, if this isn't quite hitting it for you, here's another option. You can come down, woohoo. You can see I'm getting all cockeyed here. That's because I personally cannot do the stretch where my leg just lays lovely and nice. I do not have that mobility, but I want to give the option to those who can, okay? So for me, this is enough where I'm folding and I get that lovely stretch within my hip. Now the fun part is coming up and out of it. So you can wiggle your way out if you're on the floor. And now we're going to give our backs to the chair and we're going to do the other leg. So top of the foot on the bench, tailbone tucked under. And now gently push the top of your foot into the chair. Let the tension blossom within that hip. And relax. Good. And one more time. Let's push the top of the foot into the chair. It's a distractor. What it does is the muscles then kind of clench up. They're not thinking about stretching, they're thinking about work. But then all of a sudden we relax. And I'm just going to sneak that foot forward just a little bit, tucking my tailbone under. Now this is where I'll stay. If you want to progress, you can come down to the floor. Okay, this is a couch stretch. The reason why they call it couch stretch is that you would do this on a couch. This is where your foot would be, and you would lower down from the couch. But again, may not be appropriate for some. Remember, joint replacement, knee issues, probably not a good one. Be smart. Tuck that tailbone under strong. This is still a wonderful stretch when we're up here. Now remember, we just got done working this leg. We're going to take that same leg that we worked, put the foot on the chair, and open the knee up. For some, this is enough of a stretch. You can feel it here. Maybe you don't quite feel it. Hip hinge over. Soften that knee a little bit. And then again, if you're here and just don't feel it, maybe you have a little bit more hip mobility, you can always come down. Woohoo! And again, you can see I'm really funky. I'm cockeyed. I cannot get my foot to actually come out and lay nicely like a figure four. So I'm going to be here. This works for me. Again, no right, no wrong, please, just different. Find what's appropriate for you and what feels good. If you're struggling to breathe, it's not the right one, okay? Let's sneak out of our poses. Come on up, and we'll move our chairs out of the way as we grab our straps and come to the floor. We're going to do one more stretch for the legs and the hips today. So unwind on down, draw the knees in, cradle rocking side to side, little back massage. Good. Let's put one foot on the floor. It doesn't matter which one because we'll come back to the other one. And bring the sole of the foot to the ceiling. Good generous bend to the knee. You just draw that knee towards the armpit. Let this knee fall open. To do sort of a half dead bug. Now you can grab your ankle, drawing that knee again down towards the armpit. If this is enough for you, your tailbone isn't starting to rise up, you're not trying to push into this foot, you can always progress to grabbing the instep of the foot. Allow this knee to fall open. Allow this knee to fall open. Like a wonderful stretch within our hips. Breathe. Let's just focus on half dead bug. Because I really want us to feel the difference from one hip to the other, paying closer attention in unilateral work. Just a gentle rock side to side. Good. Let's take that strap on that same foot we just worked. Pushing the heel up to the ceiling, the leg is straight. Knee is bent. And just bring the leg across. Bring both legs down. Pushing out through the heel. And now using our belly strength, pull the leg center. But now keep this leg open as we lower the leg towards the back. Still having tension on that strap. We don't want to let that leg drift down. Let's pull it up as high as we comfortably can. Remember, if our breath is struggling, that's a little too much. Soften a little bit. And then bringing our leg center. Both legs come in. A strap in each hand. Let's lift our forehead towards our knee. Draw the leg in a little closer and release. Let's remove our straps as we change legs. Let's start doing our half dead bug. Just draw the knee into the chest. Bring the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. We've got this. You can progress to grabbing our ankle. If we can do that and our tailbone stays down, it's not trying to round up, we can take our hand to the instep of our foot. So we have a couple different spots. We can be here, we can be here, or here. Just relax, let this knee drift closer to the floor. The tailbone stay down. Don't let the tailbone curl up. Don't push this hand. Excuse me. Letting the breath go to the tension within our hips. And if you'd like, a little distractor, rock side to side. Oh, excuse me. Let the tension release from the hips. Good. Let's release, taking the strap across that same foot, putting it on the ball of the foot, and then pushing the heel away to the ceiling. Toes flexed, knees straight but not locked out. Let's take the straps in the same hand. We're going to go towards our bent knee, arm out like a letter T. So just bring everything slowly across. Don't let the ribs flare up. Pull the ribs down to the floor. Wonderful stretch for the hips and the low back. And now using our belly strength, let's pull back to center. Strap comes in the other hand. Let this knee stay open as we allow the foot to come towards us. Still having tension on the strap. Good, and draw center. Placing the strap in each hand. Let's draw the forehead up towards the knee. Gently draw the strap in. And release knee down. Good. Let's remove that strap. Let's stretch out our feet. Let's point those toes. I'm sure they're out of earshot. But I'm going to take my arms up overhead. Thumbs point to the floor. And just stretch. Allow the ribs to flare right now. It's okay. Reach. And relax. I hope that felt wonderful today. I hope that was a nice way to finish off your day, or a good way just to stretch and wake up. Or maybe help that mid-morning slump. Let's come up to seated. And again, always feel free, if we're in a final relaxed position and you've got your own music going in the background, if you want to just stay there, hang out, breathe, relax, you're more than welcome to. For now, we're done for the week, and I look forward to giving you another video next time. Until then, take care. We'll see you later. Thank you.